This is the Specialized S-Works Shiv of Lucy Charles. Now, Lucy stepped onto the pro circuit a couple of years ago, and I think it's fair to say she has turned the heads of every pro, every spectator, every bystander. As she's gone on to win Ironman races, she set bike course records. She even, at the end of last year, she came second at the Ironman World Champs. Now, first of all, we need to talk about this paintwork. Now, it looks very similar to Specialized torch paintwork that they released on a number of their road bikes before the Rio Olympic Games. Sadly, it's not, but it's still very cool. It's what they call the rocket red and the neon yellow. She's riding it in a small frame, and you're probably wondering why it's got a rather large down tube. Now, inside here, there is a bladder that you store your hydration in, and then from this, you have this straw feeding out, and it attaches here by a magnet. So the idea being that you can keep your hydration out of the way of the wind, more aerodynamic, and also stay in your aero bars whilst you take fluid on. So whilst we're up here, let's talk about the front end. So we've got Shimano's fully integrated Aero stem and handlebars, which, to be honest, leaves very little for the wind to work against. But off that, we have a few customizations. So let's talk about the elbow rests, and these are from Revolver, which is a relatively new brand, but normally do wheels. So this is quite interesting. The reason they're cupped basically is to allow you to get into an aggressive position and rest your elbows into the back of the pads. And then off of that, we have quite a strong angled ski bend, and apparently she normally uses drag to zero bars, but she's just currently trying out different positions and angles. Then on the end of those, she has Shimano dura-ace Di2 gears and on the bull horns. So moving back through the bike, and she has got the Rotor 2in power meter chain set, and on those she's got the Rotor Quarbon Q-rings. And interestingly, she is riding a 5336 chainring setup. Now, normally they would suggest a 5339 just for smooth shifting from big to small ring and vice versa. So what she's doing is actually riding with a chain catcher, which is something I used to do as well. So it just allows you, being in a 53 ring, she's nice and powerful on the flats, but then when she hits the climbs, she's got the option of the 36. But there is the risk of it throwing the chain off. So that's where the chain catcher comes in. So really cool. She's got a 170 crank length, and then on the end of those, she's got the Shimano Ultegra pedals, but she did say for race day, she normally has Shimano dura-ace. As I've already mentioned, she has got Shimano dura-ace Di2, and it is the 9150 group set. Then on the back, she's got the dura-ace cassette in an 1125. And you probably noticed this ceramic speed oversized pulley wheel system. And this essentially helps to smooth out the chain flow and reduce any friction. But then in addition to that, she's also got the ceramic speed bottom bracket bearings and headset bearings. Now let's talk about the wheels, and they are the Rapide CLX 64 Rapide wheels with pretty bling decals on. So these were given to her just before the Ironman World Champs. And then on those, she's got the S-Works Turbo Clincher tire. Now, they've got this cotton sidewall, which not only looks really cool, Specialized also claim it is actually their lowest rolling resistance tire to date. So she's riding a 24mm width on the front and then a 26mm on the back. So the bike is also kitted out with Specialized Aero side pull brakes, and as we often see with TT bikes, the rear brake is positioned just under the bottom bracket here. So Specialized also give you a couple of options with the seat post. It comes in a 12.5mm or a 37.5mm setback. So Lucy's currently riding a 12.5mm setback so she can get nicely forward into an aggressive position. And to help that, she's also got the ISM PN 1.0 saddle, which is a split nose saddle. It allows her to get nicely forward on the saddle, tilt her hips around into a really aggressive position. And then on the back of that, she's got the X-Lab Gorilla cage, which has a nice tight grip to hold the bottle in well. And then on the seat tube, she also has the X-Lab Chimp cage. So there we go, that is a Lucy Charles Specialized S-Works Shiv. Now we have caught up with her in the middle of a training camp in Lanzarote, so admittedly it's all kitted out for training, so it'll be interesting to see what she does change for race day. And on that note, keep an eye out for it this year. If you like this bike, hit that thumbs up button. And to see more videos from GTN, just click on the globe and subscribe. And if you want to see another pro bike from Johnny Brownlee, click up here. If you want to see some swim tips, quite apt with one of the strongest swimmers in the sport, click down there.